Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait a tick. Don't we have Az on today? This is wrong. This is completely and utterly wrong. Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let me welcome to Mornings of Mischief, the one, the only, the British bomber, and from Heel versus Babyface. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Oh,
come on!
Yes!
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 That is how he does an intro, dude.
Hot dog!
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face!
Yes!
Bring it!
Oh, yes! And
the adrenaline! It's got me! I just got out the gym as well. I'm ready to go back.
Punch something.
Yeah, just fucking hit something.
Oh, welcome to Mornings.
I'm just surrounded by old deers, and it's gonna end up messy, you know.
Oh, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Oh, I tell you what, my Fitbit sensors my heart rate's up to 98 after that. Whoa!
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
I've ever had an intro like that before.
Well, I had to psych
cow.
everybody out. No, that way nobody saw it coming. It's like
You didn't psych me out. You psyched me up, man. Different. Woo!
Oh, we like to get everybody going first thing in the morning here.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Darling, put on that movie. It's working again.
Oh shit! Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As is jumping. It's not even morning there for you. It's past afternoon, but shit, we're kicking it off here this morning. And welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Oh, obviously today I have the one and only Heel versus Babyface. Az is on the show today. Oh,
pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
See some lovely names in the chat, by the way, who I recognize.
Yes. Mary's Game Room, Lorena Creel, Purple Valkyrie, obviously Purple Valkyrie, Samantha Joe, Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, Adega Outlaw, Pulp Culture Avenger, Clobbering Times.
Got Starry-Eyed Girl as well, my little sweetheart.
Starry-Eyed Girl is up there. Yes. Good morning, Starry. Lady Miss.
Some followers of the Asda Ha 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 as well. My religious sect are in here as well. Always good to see them giving praise to their God.
Holy shit. Things are good. Things are good. I saw that we busted you out of Twitter jail yesterday. You got busted out of jail yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in Twitter jail for 12 hours. for simply linking a video, a video that's on YouTube, by the way, not a video that's involving cups and two ladies and stuff. Just a video that was on YouTube that was filmed during the election when the vote, the postal voting, where some guy was looking around dodgy and then doing something with a pen in somebody's vote. So it's just like, what is going on here? Make up your mind, folks. But no, Twitter just like, no, we gotta protect our senile 78-year-old man. You're going in prison for 12 hours.
The head of our Q labs here in Valhalla got Twitter banned for retweeting a picture of a rock, a meme of a rock.
Well, I'm tell you what. Right, so just tweeted at Jack that he's a cunt. So let's see if I go back into jail again, because let's just be perfectly honest here. Twitter is meaningless. It is meaningless. It is conditioning people, and that's the whole everything that's wrong with these sort of social medias. They should be platforms for people to just engage on, but they're no longer, and it's been shown quite clearly over the course of the last several months, let's say, probably 4 years, let's just be honest, that they are wanting you to think a certain way, vote a certain way, be a certain way, and that is dystopian. That is absolutely dystopian. And I gotta say, when I was put into Twitter jail for 12 hours, it was my life was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing changed. Like I didn't lose anything at all. In actual fact, it freed me up to do other things, and so it is just a meaningless distraction. Yeah, it's fine to keep in touch with people, and that's all great, in terms of messaging and such. But there are you can catch me on my email, guys. You can call, you can text me, all my closest buds. It's not something that's needed at all. So if they want to send me back into prison again, don't care. It's Gary and I have been talking over the last few weeks or so anyway about, should we just have a competition so you could get banned?
Yeah. Who could get banned the fastest and for the longest?
I think we could both immediately get banned if we wanted to, but we're just trying to do it a more subtle way by calling Jack a cunt. There you go. Just tweet
about something about the Bidens. You'll get banned immediately.
Yeah. But if you're a member of I tweeted out earlier, actually, if you're a member of the mainstream press, I gotta stress, I have to stress this for everyone. I've never voted right in my life. I've always voted left. But in America, I don't see right and left in terms of the Republicans and Democrats, because the Democrats have become so corrupt. I don't even recognize what they are anymore. At least the far left extreme. So somebody who's left leaning can't even recognize that part of the politics anymore. And so if there is a member of the mainstream media who should be as neutral as possible, if they are not commenting, posting on this Hunter Biden business, can I stroke my beard? If they are not commenting on this Hunter Biden business, then they are corrupt. They are corrupt, and there's a very specific reason why they're not. And leading up to this election, which is in just over a week's time, really, isn't it? Or about a week or so's time, they are wanting to protect their senile dementia, Alzheimer patient as much as possible, which is cool. Hi, we do funny things here as well.
Just a little bit to get everybody's morning going. Just a little bit. Just enough to pull you in.
But it's just it's amusing. It's so amusing that you could get put into a 12-hour Twitter jail for asking people to formulate their own opinion on something. Because I think even when I linked the video, I just put this is insane. This video is insane. That's all I put. So I didn't stress whether or not I agreed with the video, disagreed with the video. I didn't say whether or not I thought it was leading or not leading. I left it for people to go watch and formulate their own opinion. But no. Twitter said you do naughty things about voting. No. I tell you what, it wasn't as naughty as the guy fiddling with that ballot. I'll tell you that for now. But yeah, happy days.
Well, like you said, it's not something that we have to have. We don't have to have it. And I love it for networking. I mean, really, I can talk to other creators. I can keep in contact with people. I can send guest invites. Yeah, you can do that all over email, but it's so much easier when you have it all right there in front of you. But then do I have to like watch my P's and Q's? I'm not going to. I've said all kinds of shit on Twitter. If they want to ban me, they can ban me.
Well, I keep saying every time there are extremes. Yeah, there's a far left and there's a far right. There's an extreme on either side. Every time you censor somebody, you actually close the circle. So when you start censoring the extreme, the next level becomes there. And then you start censoring that, the next level becomes there. So every time that you see this sort of censorship going on, and you don't speak out, you don't do anything, you are egging on censorship for yourself. And this is why platforms like Twitter or Facebook and stuff need to be held accountable about what can go on and what can't go on. If you want to be a partisan platform, then you got to get rid of your right of platforming. That becomes completely different. But if you just want a place where people can network, and send each other some silly hot dog pictures and stuff like that.
Hot dog.
Retweeting right now. Hot dog.
I said hot dog on mornings and biscuits. Ladies and gentlemen, I can die a happy man now.
But, don't play. I did nothing, there's nothing that I said that was wrong in that tweet. There was nothing that I did that was wrong in that tweet, which clearly, unfortunately, shows that there is an incredible amount of manipulation going on right now in terms of what's going on in our country.
What the hell happened in the 90s? Because I remember the 90s
everywhere.
And it was like, give it the bird. If it's censored, yeah. If they censored something, it was like, we're not even listening to that radio channel anymore since they started beeping out parts of the song. Fuck that station. We're going to go on to another station.
No, they would censor the person that'd be like, you called me a retard. Yeah, shut up, retard. And then they'd be censored. No, there's the night. I can't. It's really weird because it feels like I'm on a different planet now. It doesn't feel like I'm on the same planet anymore. It's so bizarre because I've grown up through the 80s, I've grown up through the 90s, and everything, things are normal. Even the 2000s, things pretty normal. And then the last few years or so, woo! Did somebody like planet swap us all somewhere and put something in the water, or
they hit the woke
what
button.
Happened 4 years ago that drove the world insane? I can't put my finger on it.
They're either running around pandering to one side or they're running around trying to silence the other side. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It's
not laughable though. You've got Oreos. You've got Oreo biscuits talking about respecting pronouns. Fuck off. If I want to have a cup of tea and an Oreo, I'll have an Oreo. I don't give a fuck about Oreo's politics. I don't give a shit about your pronouns. You're a chocolate biscuit with some white filling. Shut up.
Or
Brand,
orange now.
shut up.
Candy corn.
Also, respect is earned,
yeah,
not
exactly.
given. So when they say, "Oh, you got to call people by their pronoun, their required pronouns or the desired pronouns because it's respectful," well, they have to earn my respect. So when some pink-haired, shaven-haired, dumbass 19-year-old sorority girl who knows nothing about life is telling me that she's a nightmare of this, that, and the other because I'm a polyamorous, pansexual, but no, you're not. No, you're not. You're just a stupid little girl. You're just a stupid little girl that wants attention. You don't give a toss about any of that. You don't give a flying fuck about any of that. You just like, look at me. Aren't I so amazingly different? Nah. No, I call it the ripped jeans of current day. Back in my day, you wanted to be different. You know, you'd wear ripped jeans or you'd wear something, you know, or have 68 piercings and whatnot. But now it's just like, no, I've got to have 68 pronouns and I'm a non-binary. But shut up. Shut up, woman. Make me a fucking sandwich.
No. Yes.
No. But, you know, seriously, don't make me a sandwich.
You just used to be you back in the day. You just used to be you. Everybody was an individual. Now it's group. You have to be a part of the blob that's going to go and eat everybody else.
Well, but it's social. I think social media has bred high level of narcissism now because it has all become about you. You create a Twitter account, it's about you. This is my Twitter account. This is my Facebook account. So it becomes very individual, and so we get people who suddenly think people are automatically interested in what they have to say purely because they're on social media. So they put out their hot takes here and there, and then they get into arguments, and then people respond to their hot takes who disagree, and then we get into this whole fucking sort of debate. But when we're posting pictures, it's suddenly, instead of posting a picture, it's suddenly become posting a selfie. It's become so narcissistical. We've turned the camera the other way round. Social media is driven towards the individual. And when you start to get that level of narcissism going, you develop things like, well, I need to be known as something special now because I am a special. I'm a snowflake. So I'm a they, them, up, bum, left, right, down, bi, gender, transit, flapping, booby, whoppy. And you're like, no, you're just a dumb cow from Dagenham.
That has orange hair and a lisp.
We have this rise at the moment, the rise of the screaming Karen, don't we?
Oh shit!
And that's another next level of narcissism.
I want to see your manager.
Statesmanuel, look what came in the post today, Statesmanuel. You beautiful person. You absolutely beautiful person. This looks great. I'm so looking forward to when my hands are a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna have a little look at that. Thank you very much indeed, dude. But yeah, we have this rise of Karen, this screeching white woman who nobody could give a shit about because she lives a bored life, and screeching about her whatever she's mad about today. Normally Trump, it's normally that sort of stuff, but no, you just feel like. I feel like literally like renting out some time on TV, so I can at least go to the nation and just go, shut up, nobody cares what you think. Karen, I'm just going to drop some advice. It's cost me several £1,000s to buy this moment of time on television, but I just want to say, no one gives a shit what you think. The world doesn't revolve around you. Nobody cares. Screeching into a car and posting it on TikTok or TwitTwat does not give you any sort of relevance. Everyone is laughing at you,
not with you.
Nobody's laughing with you. You have become a joke. You have become an embarrassment to yourself. And people want to do that. People are quite happy to do that in current day.
I want to speak to the manager. Yes, sir. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. Oh, I think that was the first Karen I ever saw.
That was a fun one. We've used that before on multiple occasions. But yeah, it's like during Coof has been, I think Coof's been very difficult for a lot of people, and I've been affected by it. You know, I live alone. I live in the middle of nowhere. And when the world's open, at least I get out, I get out into the world and experience it. But we've had lockdowns here. We're in now various stages of lockdowns. We have a tier system. So certain things are open, certain things aren't open. A lot of things have shut down, been isolated for a long period of time. And, I think I've been affected as much as anyone else. And the last thing that I want to listen to is some fucking screeching Karen.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care that your suburban life has been rocked because something that you don't necessarily agree with or want is not working out for you. Well, suck it up, toots. That's called life.
Yeah. There was an article yesterday I was looking at that said mothers hit hardest at home by Coop. And I'm like, really? Really? They actually have to raise their children now. Mothers actually have to raise their children now because of Coop. And I'm like, wow, okay. All right. Okay.
No, but I'm more fortunate than most. I have my podcasts I can do. I have my interactions with people online through, in America and stuff and other countries. So I have that little bit of outlet, but it still gets you here. And I'm not interested. Every time I turn social media on, it's just, let's politic. When did politics just become the be all and end all of life?
It should.
When these social media platforms rose and tried to indoctor the way that you should think. That's why. You pull down Twitter today, you pull down YouTube today, the world becomes a better place immediately. And the whole politic, that vanishes. That vanishes real quick. Because you're not being beaten over the head with it all day, every day. You haven't got your propaganda section on Twitter on the right-hand side, which they've now introduced, where you can't get rid of some of the things. And what does it say? Oh, it's politic, Trump, orange man bad, Biden great. It's just bollocks.
Yeah, and it's the same shit.
And because we're in coof at the moment and we're lacking massive amounts of entertainment, we're lacking cinema, we're lacking film, we're lacking decent television. Even sports are affected. There's nobody in sports stadiums. It feels soulless even to watch sport channels. We need to be elevated. We need to be lifted. We don't need to be dragged down. And you start dragging down people for too long and they're gonna go nuts. And that's why you got fights all over the place at the moment and riots and all this kind of stuff, because a bunch of bored people with nothing to do have got a sense of entitlement and then going around smacking everything up in the name of something, because the media has pushed, whatever propaganda that they want to push. I'm trying hard to not say BLM. But they're trying so hard to do that.
Biden laptop matters. BLM. Biden's laptop matters.
Yeah, Biden's laptop matters. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
Oh shit! And right there, it's going to be like this. This video is not acceptable for monetization because, no ads for you, Loki. Because you said Biden's laptop.
Always get a problem if you have me on the show. I'm sorry.
No, not you. It's because it was me. I said Biden's laptop matters.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you said Biden, so that was enough.
Yeah, that was enough right there. And the Geek Blend. Thank you, Geek Blend, for joining the membership. Thank you. It's not going to change. It's not going to change, and they don't care. It's just like Hollywood. Everything Hollywood's doing right now to basically burn itself alive is just a part of this just cycle they're in of let's reuse old shit, let's burn old shit, let's have the same story with a completely woke, diverse. That they don't care. They don't care. If Star Wars taught us anything, they don't give a shit whether you're black, orange, gray, medium brown. They don't give a crap about any of that. All they care about is pandering and showing their ass to each and every person out there that they can be like, oh, look at us. We have 7 pillars, people. I
don't even know who they're pandering to. Well, they're pandering to each other, but they're certainly not pandering to us. Because they may think that their echo chamber is the way that the world is outside of it, and that would be just a bunch of ignorance. But the people that are doing all of that kind of drama, they have Disney couldn't give any less of a shit if you were black if they tried. They were more interested in the bottom line. That's all they're interested in. And when you have an industry that's unfortunately caught in a echo chamber, in this bubble where they all believe that this is the way that everything is, this is the way that you should think, this is the way that you should be, this is the way that things are, and I'm kind of like, no, I don't want to be a bigot and a racist, thank you very much, because that's what you are, because you are simply tokenizing all these people. And look, take John Boyega for example. Yes. When China wasn't interested in the Force Awakens, they were kind of like, yeah, well, we know China got issues with black people, so let's just diminish his role. Let's diminish him in the advertising. Let's diminish him going forward. Hopefully that'll bring more people to the cinema. Holy shit. They couldn't give any less of a toss if you had a dick, a vag, or what. They don't care. They have these it is just virtue signals. They have these virtue signals which they think they need to put into everything. I've got a knock at the door. I think it's the postman.
Holy shit.
You say something, I'll be back in a minute.
No problem. Yeah, I completely agree with that. They don't give a shit. Disney doesn't care. Disney never cared. All of this is to pander, and they don't even know who they're pandering to. They've got groups left, right, and center that they are saying they are pandering to, but in reality, all they care about is your money. All they care about is the dollars. They showed that when they had their investor meeting, when they had their quarterly earnings report. They talked about people as numbers. You were dollars to them. That's all you are. That's all that you have been for the last 20, 30 years is a dollar sign. Things have moved from let us welcome people, let's get them in the park, let's make them feel like family, to these people, each one of them are dollar signs. That's all they are. All you are is a number on a spreadsheet on an earnings report. That's all they care about. That's all they give a shit about. They can act like they are pandering all they want to. All they are doing is trying to get people's dollars and get away from the fans they used to have, because they can't keep those fans happy. There's no way Kathleen Kennedy was ever going to keep those fans happy. She never had the ability to do that. She knew she wasn't going to have the ability to do that. So what's the easier way to do? The easier way to do it is to pander and to say, oh, we are going in this direction. Everybody out there that's like this, jump on board now. Jump on board. And that's the way they've done it.
Kyle.
I'm just going off about Kathy. Good old Kathy. Good old Kathleen Kennedy.
She got issues. That woman's got issues.
Did you see the Mandalorian picture where she's sitting in the back of the bus and she just looks so fucking thrilled? You got George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and John Favreau sitting up front, and they're all like, yeah, they're smiling and goofing around with each other. And then you got Kathy in the back with her legs crossed, like, I'm a bitch.
But she's got nothing to do with it. That's why. She's got virtually nothing to do with it. That's why. But it's quite fun. Take Marvel Comics, for example. You've got Marvel Comics, and you've had years and years of Marvel writers and artists taking to social media, telling customers to fuck off. Anyone that has anything to do with a certain political side, they block, they chain block, they berate, they mock. And then the chairman of Marvel donates $15 million to Trump this week, last week. And it's just like, that is so funny, because you have a company of complete virtue signalers who don't care whether or not their comics sell. They don't care that they've driven away the market. They don't care that they've killed their market. Because once upon a time, we used to have beautiful people like this.
Yes.
Who made comics, who were so passionate about comics, and who are passionate about building an audience and getting kids involved and people into these characters and whatnot. And now we just have cheap people who are underqualified, who are either trying to use the comic industry as a stepping stone, to move on to Netflix, TV, movie, whatever it may be, who have been hired based on anything but talent. And the industry's virtually dead. And for all their shouting and screaming and virtue signaling, the boss is, he's like, just give him a moment to Trump.
There was a game website. I can't remember whether it was Kotaku or not, where someone had in their bio, I'm working for this company as a stepping stone to a political correspondent. I want to be a political correspondent one day. I'm like, well, seriously, you got into gaming because you want to be a political correspondent. Remember Gamer X? You remember Electronic Gaming Monthly? All those old magazines where you had actual fucking gamers as the people writing about the games, doing the game reviews, sitting down, playing the games, enjoying the games. And now, well, I want to use this as a stepping stone to CNN. Or the
I used to love buying my gaming magazines. I used to love it.
Yeah.
Get my gaming magazines. I'd get a couple that I'd get, probably 2 or 3 throughout the course of the month. See some different, read some different opinions on various games. And it was always game focused. You literally have it's Kotaku. You literally have Kotaku now, and they have a section where they're talking about the presidential debates.
Yeah.
No, you're a gaming magazine. But everything now, when they start talking about, like, Battlefield 5 was a great example, because EA put out this marketing with some one-armed, bionic-armed woman on the front lines, jumping through fucking windows, shooting down planes, smacking people over the head with cricket bats, saving the day. And, I think there were so many people who probably went blind from the fact that their eyes rolled to the back of their head that day. It was just stupid. And then EA come out and they start berating, calling these people sexist and misogynist and all this sort of stuff. They're ignorant, uneducated. That was another word that was used to describe these people. And what does EA do throughout the course of that game? They rewrite history. They take real events that happened and then they gender swap elements of it to rewrite history. And then they come and they say, oh, this is our World War II. No. It's not. It's World War II. If you want to create a fictional version of World War II, a la Wolfenstein, for example, then that's what you do. But you don't take real-life events where brave men have died and given their life up and then gender swap them because you want some fucking teenage girl and her mum to have representation, and then call your audience uneducated. And that game died. I mean, it's gone. They're not even updating anymore. It's over for that one. And they lost so much on that game comparative to what they should have got. Regards to sales, and the person who called everyone uneducated even got what they got sacked. Let's just call it what it is. They left the company very soon after the stock price plummeted and the pre-orders dropped massively. Stop going into battle with your customers. It's a fight you're always going to lose, because you might think you have the power because you create the video game, but you don't. Because if the person doesn't buy the video game, then it's for naught.
Yeah.
Customer always has the power.
I used to buy the Madden games. Yes, I admit I used to buy the Madden games. I loved my American football. I won't even buy the Madden games anymore. I won't
just
touch
the same
anything.
now anyway.
Yeah, I won't touch anything EA makes. But I think the last EA game I bought was that Star Wars, that Squadrons. And let me tell you, that was a giant flaming pile of shit.
I got it here.
Oh,
it's still wrapped up because I ordered this, and then it was on its way to be delivered. And then what's his name, Mitch Driver or whatever, who wrote it, was just like, oh hey, just an FYI to people out there, this pilot here, they like to be known by they them. And I'm just like, fuck off, mate.
It's a garbage game
because
anyway.
Do you know something? In a galaxy far, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, they didn't give a fuck about pronouns.
No.
It's only a thing which is, elevated itself in the last couple of years or so.
One of your co-pilots in that is it they them?
Yeah. Well, no, they're not. They're a green woman.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Shit.
If you got any problem in identifying what you are, look in your pants. It'll quickly tell you. It'll sort everything out for you. But it's got to be respectful. No. Respect's earned. You don't demand respect.
No.
It's earned.
No, I you know what? I didn't start this channel and go, you will watch Loki every morning. No, I was like, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I love you. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for hanging out. No, I appreciate every single audience member I've got, everyone out there that's come on the show. I'll have anybody on the show. It's the morning show. Shit, we'll do whatever. But I'm honored to do this. I'm not telling you people you must watch my show every morning. It's not happening like that. And anybody that does, well, you have only yourselves to blame. Like every
the moment you think you're above your audience is the moment you fail.
Yeah.
I had a moment like that a few years ago, back in 2016. I couldn't deal with World of Warcraft anymore. Excuse me. So I just, instead of transitioning it out or filtering other stuff in, I just put a video out saying, folks, can't do this anymore. Can't do WoW anymore. Starting Monday, I'm just going to do something completely different. And just, I kind of had the attitude that the audience would go along with it. And then, when it didn't work out, I was like, I got to be in my bonnet. I was like, fuck this then. I'll take it to another channel. I'll leave this channel and I'll take it to another channel then. So I created a second channel and I started to do the stuff on there. And, only a certain portion came across, and it was purely because of the way that I was behaving. And it took me a long time to kind of swallow my pride and realize that I had, made a massive guffaw. And it even got to the point where I was a decision about whether or not I'm going to continue on YouTube or return back to, the rat race. And I was very fortunate to have something happen. I think they announced World of Warcraft Classic. So I thought, my friend, one of my friends texted me, close friends, And this is the beauty of having close friends. They'll be honest with you. And he was like, dude, you got to make a video on WoW Classic on your old channel and put it up there. And I was like, you know, I don't want to, you know, it's not for me. And he just texted back and went, you're a fucking idiot. I said, you're a fucking idiot. He said, people want to know what you got to say on it. You know, if you go back, cap in hand, you know, and you never know what will happen. So I thought about it, and then I put a video out on the original channel, which hadn't been touched for a long time. And I was amazed at sort of the response the video got. I thought, you know, if it gets 4,000 views in 24 hours, we'll class that as a you know, success. Yeah. And I think it was on like 30 something thousand after 24 hours. And the comment section just had me in tears, because the comment section was just, we miss you, Az. Please come back. We miss you. Please come back. Please come back. We miss you. And it just, my heart was just like, oh. And it was then that I realized it's about these people. It's not about me. You know, sure, I've got my own thoughts and you know, I can ask people and suggest, but it's your audience that matters. They're the people that matter the most. They're the people who are giving you their time. They're the people who are going to watch your stuff, promote your stuff, like your stuff, come back. You know, so that's where I had my huge like ego clip. And I couldn't be any happier for it, because I think since that time I've been a completely different person. In as much as that. So, you know, if I want to change things up, I sort of ask. And my channel's allowed me to you know, change into what I have today. The people have allowed me to evolve into what the channel has become today, and I'm incredibly grateful for it.
Starry-eyed girl makes a wonderful point. Yes, it's really important to surround yourself with genuine friends who will tell you the truth and not just fawn over you.
I mean, that's why I love my friends, because they will be, you know, we'll always be as honest as we can with each other. And if we think somebody's being a fucking idiot, we'll tell them they're being a fucking idiot.
We've got someone banging on the green room door that really needs to speak to you.
Okay,
she really wants to speak to you. She's right there. That's our very own Purple. You're muted, Purple, by the way. Just to let you know, you are muted.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey. Feeling the love today. Oh my gosh, you too.
Feeling the love.
Oh, I had to jump in. Just hearing you two guys just talk about the community and how much you've gotten from the community. I just had to jump in and point out just how much you've both given back to other people as well.
Well, I mean, look at you. You come onto my channel, you moderate my channel. It's you know, you don't get recompense for it, you don't get, you know, remuneration for it. You do it out of you know, you do it out of your own motivation, your own generosity. And you know, it's incredible that sort of, you know, that sort of love that you get from people that are willing to say, you know, when you do a stream, I'm going to come in and moderate your stream for you. I'm going to come in and give you my time. And, you know, you got to be so grateful for that kind of stuff.
It's a pleasure to do so. It's a pleasure to have that trust given to you. It is such an important thing.
Well, it's been earned. It's been very much earned.
Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. But what you guys have given, especially to a lot of the smaller channels, is just amazing. You know, the support you've not only given us, but you've encouraged people. You know, you've given people a voice that didn't have one before. I think you should never forget that.
I mean, like I said, I think back in 2016, when all I was doing was World of Warcraft, you know, once I had like an ego the size of the moon or anything like that, but I just had a very niche wheelhouse, and so this is the only thing that I dealt with, and that was the only part of my world. And I'd had some what's the word I'm looking for? Collaboration. Mm-hmm. I've done some collaborations with some people, and the people who were, you know, turned out they were not quite who they were, sort of thing. So you kind of get very insular, and you get very untrustworthy. And, you know, then I went off and I got humbled, and I'm very glad that I got humbled. And then I was able to evolve. And then this year, meeting up with people like Starry-Eyed Girl and Gary and Bowles Trek, who invited me onto that Doctor Who stream at the final episode of Doctor Who, and you know, doing collaborations with them, and then that opened up the door to do stuff with other people. And you know, I myself could understand and appreciate you know, how good this group of people were, you know, and there were people of all different sizes, channel wise. You know, there were people on sort of above me, below me, you know, kind of like starting off. And you kind of have to realize that, you know, we got to help each other out. Yeah. You know, if you agree with, if you believe in the person, if you believe in what they're trying to do, then you gotta elevate each other up. You gotta take the time out to do, you know, these sort of these streams. These streams to me, they're a pleasure. They're not a chore. I love doing them. It's great to come onto different channels and talk. I got another one this afternoon, a couple of hours after this one. Where I'm doing it with Midnight's Edge, and then I haven't even done any stuff today. For me, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because it becomes swings and roundabouts. I got my own stuff happening this week. It's already in the bank. I've got Gary tomorrow. I've got Robert Mayer Burnett on Wednesday. I've got Friday Night Tights Friday. I've got something on. I got Gary over at Nerdrotic on Thursday as well. So it's about being part of a great community, and I think we are a great community. And I think the beauty of the community, our community, is we've been brought together because of fandom. We haven't been brought together because of politics, you know, or any nonsense like that. We all vote, you know, different ways. We all have different opinions about things. The reason why we're together is because we're lovers of fandom. We're lovers of Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, comics, video games, whatever it may be. And when you see somebody with passion, when you see somebody who, you've got a niche, you know, you kind of like you Wiccan stuff as well and things like that. So it's just interesting to see different aspects of the fandom, and it's interesting to see people who have got different passions for different things, and some of it overlaps with yours. And yeah, I think this community we have is so wonderful, and I'm just so glad to be part of it now. So glad that I sort of found my way into this group of what I think are beautiful people.
It really is. Sorry, sweetheart. I was just going to ask both of you, because you've both been affected by this. You say we've got this amazing community, and I completely agree. But it seems that YouTube is now working against content creators, and you've both been affected by this in different ways, haven't you?
YouTube has to ride a very precarious precipice in becoming, in being a platform, or sort of what Twitter's doing at the moment, which is becoming partisan. I think YouTube is still easily the best place to be right now. I think YouTube, for the most part, respect the commentators' ability to create various contents if you stick within the confines of the rules. I think some aspects haven't been so good in terms of some people being driven off the platform for no good reason. But it's nowhere close to as bad as somewhere like Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. The recent stuff with the shadow banning, or the potential shadow banning, as soon as it happened to PewDiePie and YouTube said we're going to look into it, guess what? Next day, my channel was back to how it normally was. You know, the views were sort of suddenly started to creep back up again, as opposed to what they've been for the last few days. So something had happened. It was brought to light. They made a change. Things have been done. I don't know how long we have of a voice anymore. I don't know, because things are just so crazy at the moment. But hopefully other platforms will rise up. But it takes a lot of money to run something like YouTube. YouTube runs at a loss. It's just being propped up by Google because of it still has a very important part in society, but it does run at a loss. It doesn't make money, and so if we can hold on to YouTube for as long as possible, if people can not do stupid shit as much as possible, then hopefully it might be around for a few more years to come.
This has always been a platform of the people. It's at least that's what it's supposed to have been. You see stuff like Captain Marvel getting on here, Bree getting on here and doing her channel, her random channel that she just gets on and just talks. But I've always tried to encourage anyone that wants to do this to get on your microphone and do this. Even if you just have a cell phone, you can make a video with just a cell phone.
Hey, I look, Brie Larson has got as much right to be here as anyone else. But let's just be honest. People can sniff phony a mile away. People know when people are genuine and people know when people are phony. And she's going to get a following based off the fact she's Brie Larson. But if she's, if you think she's going to be the next PewDiePie, you're having a giraffe. Because she isn't somebody that can connect with the people. She quite clearly has demonstrated that she has no idea how the other half lives whatsoever. And so her channel will just be what it is, which is mediocre.
Oh, shit. As echoing on Mornings of Mischief. He has said hot dog, so my life is complete. I can die a happy man now. He said hot dog on my channel, and it echoed too. It's the coolest thing ever.
I love the reverb. It always makes me laugh when you do that.
Now this shocks me.
Are you still playing? Are you still playing that game? I can't. The one where you're the hot dog.
Fall Guys.
Oh, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Yeah, but I haven't been on it for a couple of weeks or 2 or 3 weeks. I'll have to do a stream maybe next weekend, this coming weekend, Saturday maybe. I don't know. I'm so busy.
You should. We've been playing Doom Eternal. We went through the 2016, and now we're playing Eternal. But Purple's been riding shotgun with me on Wednesdays when I do my game streams.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, having someone there, it's fun. Actually, talking, you're just not talking to the chat. You're talking to, you've got someone there you're bantering with, and of course, all kinds of shenanigans ensue because. Well,
we did I did the Fall Guys streams, which is me on my own. But the other last Tuesday, I think it was, maybe the Tuesday before. Time is meaningless. We did the Geeks and Gamers about Among Us stream, and that was I honest to God, I haven't had that much fun playing a video game in years. It was so much fun to do that. And then on Saturday, when I did EFAP with Mauler and Rags, after we'd done, like quite a bit of chatting, we started to play a couple of browser games which they'd got. So there was me, Gary, Critical Drinker, Mauler, Rags, and then we got someone else in, and we're playing this couple of browser games which were just hilarious. And these things were just awesome. So I'd like to definitely do more sort of stuff that involves getting a few of us together and having a massive laugh. But I gotta stop getting addicted to COD Warzone.
Warzone.
I gotta shoot some people in the face.
You were having fun with that the other day, weren't you? I was laughing.
I was. It's so annoying because I haven't performed on ladies. I haven't performed on stream, and I'm not talking about who. Am I late for this Zoom meeting? I haven't performed in Warzone anything like I can perform off camera, and it's so frustrating because I just haven't got that run going yet. I want to show people I'm not just a regular scrub. I can do it. I can do it.
My favourite was when you got that first win on Fall Guys. It's like, yes, you did it.
That was a relief. That was a relief. Getting that first crown, that first win, meant a lot to me. I think it might go up into my my world life highlights.
Oh my gosh. So one more question before I Cyberpunk, you guys getting it?
Oh yeah. I just got my my Cyberpunk controller. So my Cyberpunk Xbox controller, that's all set up and ready for November. Yeah, it should have been out already. Damn it!
I'm playing on my Xbox Series X. Yeah, I can't wait. I want 2 dicks and a vagina. No, I can't wait. CD Projekt Red are the best. They really are the best. You know, I adore the Witcher games. The Witcher 2 and the Witcher 3 particularly are just spectacular. Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time. I you know, in CD Projekt Red we trust. I'm definitely one of those people. I'm a great believer, and if they delay a game, it is a great thing for that, you know, for us as players. Because I don't think it's particularly an issue with the game. I genuinely think they are fine-tuning. They really are getting it to the quality that they believe it should be at. It's going to be interesting change to go from fantasy to cyberpunk. But I've tried to stay away from as much info as possible to experience it firsthand and fresh. So I have been keeping away from windows. Oh, have you seen the new gameplay trailer for Cyberpunk? No, because I want that buzz, but I think it's going to blow us away. I truly do. I think it's going to blow us away, and I can't wait. And it's so close. It's a month away.
Yeah, 1 month away.
I am gonna bang every woman in that game.
Yeah.
I'm going to get as much awkward first-person sex in as I possibly can. And I'm going to do it on stream, and then I'm just going to stare at the camera. Just as it's happening, I'm just going to stare. I'm looking you in the eyes as they're rutting. What do you think, people? Get them scared. Get them scared.
Oh, you got to play a song when you do that. I've been feeling fine, baby.
Stare at them. Don't you dare break eye contact with me. See who turns away first. See who goes, oh, I can't.
Can you tell me when that stream is so I can make an excuse not to moderate, please?
You'll know which one it is. It's the one that starts off okay and then the numbers just tumble so nobody's watching it. I'm just there on my own.
Hot dog.
How?
I'm shocked.
Thou?
Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Oh, I hit 2 at once. Maybe we should go.
Perhaps we could get one of the females to breastfeed you.
I'm hoping that's going to happen in Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah.
One or both.
Whatever. It's still good. It's still good. 2 at once. Come on, I'll multitask.
Oh shit! I can't wait for Cyberpunk. We're gonna stream it. I'm going off of the PC, so I'll play it.
I've ordered it on PC. I've ordered it on Xbox as well. So I'm ordering it all over the place. I want it on every platform. I got Witcher 3 on every platform imaginable.
Yeah.
Why not have this on the same? I think it's gonna be a great game. Hopefully, I really do want it to be good because I think it's gonna. If it really is great, I think it's gonna buoy so many people. I think it's gonna give us such a lift. You know, that we can jump onto something brand spanking new. That is you know, giving us an immense amount of joy.
There has been a drought of really good games this year. Well, for the last couple of years, really. There hasn't been anything that's really got people kind of, oh my God, I've got to get this game.
No, I'm trying to think. When was the last must? I mean, this year I think we've been quite lucky In as much as I've been desperate for this Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes.
And so when it finally fell, and I just thought it was incredible, I wasn't even I wasn't disappointed at all. Was just the best feeling. But to have the sleeper of Ghost of Tsushima, to me was an absolute gem, because I was sort of like, I don't know if I want to get it. In a week before release, my friend was just like, "You're gonna get Ghost of Tsushima?" I was like, "I don't know." Because I thought it was going to be more Soulsborne-y. And he's just like, it's a sandbox. And I was kind of like, well, okay. So I picked it up, and literally from the first moment of that game, it was just, and I loved it. And then, of course, there was the disaster of The Last of Us Part 2.
I completely agree that Ghost of Tsushima, that was, how many good samurai games you got? How many over the course of time? What, Samurai Way 1 through 9? No.
Well, I was a huge fan of Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
Yes. Ninja Gaiden.
So Tenchu for me was revolutionary back in there. And they never repeated the success, even from Tenchu 2. Wasn't as good. And so the first one always had that sort of place in my heart. And I've never found a game that did for me what Tenchu did in terms of sort of ninja, or in this case, it's samurai. And I love, I sort of like have a bit of a thing for the whole samurai thing anyway. I play samurai in Final Fantasy 14. I love the sort of history and lore behind samurai and feudal Japan. I think it's so fascinating. And so when Ghost of Tsushima came along, and I thought it was going to be more, Soulsborne than it was. I was kind of like, I don't really want that sort of frustrating gameplay. So to actually just have it as a very kind of niche sort of the way that you control your character, and then it becomes so fluid when you get it, and it's just like, loved it. So good. So yeah, if Cyberpunk can finish me off this year.
You think they're going to give Last of Us 2 all the awards this year?
It's going to win everything at the Games Award, because that's an industry award. So that's voted for people within the industry. So they're all going to fillet that. It's meaningless. It's utterly meaningless. It means nothing. I take great solace in knowing that Druckmann knows his game's a failure. He knows that a vast proportion of people have turned away from the franchise, and a Last of Us Part 3 is almost doomed to failure already. But that's what happens when you try and introduce identity politics into a 25-year-old apocalypse. Nobody gives a fuck about they them.
Didn't Baldur's Gate have that issue as well?
It was more. I think it was more of a when it came to the character creation, 91% of people just created a white male, and so the people who are creating the game just went, "Come on, this is what the average character looks like. It just looks like the default vault dweller from Fallout 76. We've got so many different customization options. Go for it, people." So I think the developers were having a little bit of a come on, go crazy with it. Go crazy with the customization options, because they really wanted people to create some crazy ass characters. And then of course Polygon jumped onto it, or Kotaku jumped onto it, and they were just like, "I want a wheelchair in Baldur's Gate 3." And I went to my house and I punched him in the face. And it was just, and they were going like, I want fucking, what's it called when you've got, blotchy skin. I was going to say
eczema.
No. It's like begins with L or something. What Michael Jackson had.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo, yes.
Yes.
You know, I want vitiligo as an option. I want, you know, and it was just like, shut up. You know, he's like, this is, darling, sweetheart. And I am being patronizing. They're called fantasy games for a reason. Nobody wants to play your fucked up real life. Okay? Okay.
People have forgotten that. They really have. I was talking the other day about these two women talking D&D and how the entire game needs to change. Everything about it needs to change to pander to them.
Yeah, well, Karen can shut up, and so can Becky. Karen and Becky were having a chat. But this is it. These are ignorant, selfish people who think the world, who have you know, become part of this narcissistical society that think the world should revolve around them. You know, these are the people who have come into franchises, and a lot of these franchises, Purple Lane, and I don't mean to be patronizing, are dominated by men. And they've come into, and they're like, we don't like this. We don't like this. We want to change this. We want to change it for us. And then they change it, and the men who have been in it just like, this is fucking shite now. We're going to move on to something else. And then the franchise is dying. So, you know, it's the same thing that's happened with comics. It's the thing which is happening in TV at the moment. It's, you just look at The Last of Us Part 2, which we've just mentioned. That is a classic example of Neil Cuckman wanting to push his personal ideology into a game. You can't get any more selfish than that. Mm-hmm. Because you are not looking at the game from a position of, I want to make this as entertaining for everyone, as you know, brilliant, as great as the first one was for everyone. No, this is what did he say? He said something after the game had been released and it got a lot of blowback. He said something along the lines of, it's such a shame to hear so many angry voices about this game, because they are particularly the ones who really need to heed its message. And he was just like, I was like,
oh yeah,
oh, you narcissistical little prick, you narcissistical little prick. Because it's all about him, and it's all about his own ideology, and it's, you know, he takes up the shitter from, you know, Anita Sarkeesian. That's the way he likes it, because he's one of these people that have unfortunately grown up in these. It's true. He's unfortunately.
Oh my god!
Anita pegs the shit out of him. Let's just be honest here, you know. And you know, he's grown up in this echo chamber environment. Where they all sniff each other's farts, and they all believe that, you know, oh, do you know, what's the most important thing in a 25-year-old apocalypse? I think it's a transgender little boy. I mean, girl, but they are. It's like, no. That is the last thing that would fucking happen in a 25-year-old apocalypse. You know, if it was true to life, then you would have horrendous warlords. You would have, you know, women would be round up in cages. You'd literally be objects, you know, for these warlords and stuff. It would be the most horrendous thing that you could possibly imagine. So even to imagine small little societies which have grown up is the best sort of situation that you could hope from that sort of environment. But no. Let's take that and let's just introduce a nice, healthy, current day identity politics to it. It doesn't work. And it was so half-assed as well, because there was no relationship building between Ellie and a girlfriend, which I can't even remember her name because she's so irrelevant to me. There was no relationship building there. There was nothing that made any sense about Ellie's immunity. That wasn't brought into it at all. That should have played a massive part in the game, considering that's the whole purpose of the first game. There was no, even when she admitted to her girlfriend that she was immune, her girlfriend just immediately turned around and went, well, I'm pregnant. It's like nothing sat. Nothing was allowed to breathe. Nothing was allowed to develop. And then her girlfriend was out of the game pretty much from there. I'm just going to lie down being pregnant for a while. So there's no real kind of courage of their own conviction. There was there was no sort of relationship building between when they left Jacksonville and when they came to Seattle. There was nothing. And then, don't even get me started on fucking Abby.
Oh.
Oh, yes. That's, yes. Abby.
Oh, you mean Big Abby Pump?
Big Abby Pump, Big Papa Abby.
Oh,
I bet she works out a core.
Abby Smash.
Abby Smash indeed. But I think the funniest thing is because obviously we've seen the pictures of Abby leading up to the game. It's just like, what the fuck is that? And then when I actually play, when a Critical Drinker was just like, I really need you to play the game for this podcast we're gonna do instead of just watching the story cutscenes. I need you to play it because I need you to experience it. And I was like, okay. So when I played the game, and when we got to the first, not the first proper scene with Abby in as much as, you know, in the current day, but when we got the first halfway through, when you switch to Abby, you get your first flashback of Abby just a few years ago. And it's just this regular person. And it looks like a girl. And it's just like, what? And then the next cutscene after, and it looks like a girl, and the next, and it looks like a girl. And then when Joel kills her dad in the operating theater, she's still just, you know, she looks like a woman. And then it goes to current day. You fake ass! What the fuck happened? I mean, it was never even like explained as part of the story.
She
like,
just hit the gym. She just hit the gym.
You know, I've been hitting the gym because I want to be in peak physical fitness because I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna find Joel on my own. No, she goes out with 10 fucking people to hunt down Joel. So she didn't have to like get all fucking roid range and eat people's, you know, stem cells. It made no sense. None. The story's just like, why?
I still can't believe you played through it.
Well, when Critical Drinker says, "Come stream with me," you gotta take it. You gotta take the pain. But hey, when I went on next, he said, "What film do you want to talk about?" I was like, I want to talk about Commando. Okay. And he's already. I can't say when because I don't know yet. That's what. But we're gonna do another movie one, and he's already asked me what movie do I want to talk about, and I've already told him what movie I want to talk about. So okay. So I'm getting my licks in now. I'm getting my licks in, and I need them after that fucking monstrosity. And then I lent my mate my game because he was like, "Oh, he looks all right. He looks all right to me." Like, whatever. So I lent him the game, and he's playing it. He's like, "It's all right. It's all right. You know, it's all right. It's fine." And then halfway through, when he switched to playing Abby, he was just like, "No, I'm done."
Yeah,
I'm done. He didn't want to touch that after that. No, I'm done.
How to kill a franchise. How to kill a franchise in one easy step. Abby Smash.
Yeah. Abby Smash. Add identity politics in and piss all over the characters. That's a great way to kill your franchise.
I've got some super chats to read out. I don't know if you want to hang out. Okay, awesome. Let's see here. We've got Clobbering Times with a $5 super chat. As loves TNG, but he's more of a Kirk than a Picard. Hail Alex.
Ooh. I like that. I like that, dude. Thanks. That's a massive compliment. Kirk Smash.
Bad Steven Seagal beat up I can't see the whole thing.
Who's he beating up today?
Snowflake. He beat up Snowflake.
Beating up.
Is fat, sexy, and anti-re pronouns rise of the Karens. And of course, you saw the as please stroke your beard at a medium pace. ASCII. Hashtag ASCII.
Is that doing it? Is that doing it for you? Is that doing it for you?
A little bit slower, As. A little bit slower.
A little bit slow. A little bit slow. Oh, shall I try?
The back of the hand.
It's a little tippy there. Little tippy too.
A $5 super chat from Psychodorb9, and he says $1 bet Creepy Joe either has a stroke or audibly needs a diaper change in his next public appearance. Any takers?
Oh, he wears Depends. He definitely wears Depends or Pampers, one of the two. His wife had to tell him who was running against in an interview. It's up on Twitter already. She kept telling him, "You're against Trump. You're against Trump."
Another $2 Canadian super chat from Fat Steven Seagal beat up Snowflake. Heel gives me the fuzzies down below. Hashtag Hail As and Loki. Hail Fat Steven Seagal beat up Snowflake.
Poor
Just
Az.
the way I like it.
A $2 super chat from MB Geek. Let's talk. Now that is how you do a Monday morning intro, Loki. Thank you, MB Geek.
It was a beauty. It was a beauty. It was a beauty. I loved it.
Well, if you're going to introduce someone like Az on your show, you might as well go, all the way.
I'm just going to drag you around everywhere I go. And as soon as I go into a shop or, anywhere, you go off and do my intro, dude. And I'll just strut in the shop and people are like, who the fuck is this bald twat?
Oh, the one, the only. Oh shit! Your own personal Michael Buffer.
I could do with a fluffer. We could all do with a fluffer.
Oh god! Another $5 super chat from Psychodorf9. When I want to see Twitter, I go listen to the neighbor's 3-year-old children.
Yeah. You get more sense out of them, I'll tell you that for nothing.
And a $5 super chat from Captain Spire. Can you imagine the amount of wasted energy needed to remind yourself every single morning why, who, and how to hate? These people need an enema. Yes. Joker had it right in Batman 89. This town needs an enema.
This town needs an enema.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of which, I got a delivery this morning.
Oh, what did you get?
I got the Lego Batman 1989 Batwing.
Nice. I used to have the toy, the one with the ejector. It had the ejector seat. The Batman.
It's huge. This is like another 3,000 piece thing. It's going to be huge.
Shit. Does it have
like
the
when
clippers?
they're promoting it, they've just got images of people having it up on the fucking wall.
Does it have the clippers in the front? You hit the little button and the clippers come out and snag the balloons.
I don't know. You get I have to have a quick. Oh, brilliant! It's on the front page of the Lego. Does it have the clip? It could possibly, Oh, it's boobies.
Nice.
There you go. That's for you. It's got the front. I don't know if the clippers come out, but it's got, it just looks too good. Possibly. But that's just arrived. So I got so many Lego things to make. I got to start building some of them. I got to get my cabinets up because I got to get building them and got to get stuff in my cabinets. I got the Batmobile to do. I've got the Batwing to do. I've got my haunted house to do. I've got my Mos Eisley down here. to do.
Oh, that's cool. You got Mos Eisley Canteen.
Yeah, which I really, really want to get on with.
Nice. So
Give me love tonight. Give me love. Oh.
We've got a $4.99 super chat from Bruce Lombardo who says, "As is here, drive time joy."
You're gonna say "As is here, dry your knickknacks."
On a $5 super chat from Open Airlock Policy who says, "Amazing seeing as supporting channels."
You got to, man. This is again. I gotta say, this is a privilege to do. This isn't a chore. This is a privilege to do. It's so much fun to do. I love it.
A $10 super chat from Eris of Chaos. Are y'all trying to tell me that big corporations don't care about any of this? That those blacked out in rainbow avatars on Twitter mean nothing? Oh my goodness, I'm so shocked.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Who would have thought it?
Another $2 super chat from Fat Steven Seagal, beat up Snowflake. Squadrons is empty and no post DLC announced. No, it's absolutely empty. It's got one mode and they're not going to come out with anything after that. When they give you a game like that for $40, something is wrong. Yeah,
I was kind of nervous. I thought, oh my God, is it $40 because it's only VR? And it's like, no, it's VR compatible, but no, you can play it normally. I'm like, okay. But then he went, "This pronouns are shut up!
Shut up." Chinoculus P with a $5 super chat. Hey, as have they censored Speaker's Corner yet?
Probably years ago. Yeah, good grief. God, I haven't heard. Holy shit, man. I haven't heard Speaker's Corner being mentioned since probably I was at school. It was the last time I ever heard that being mentioned. But wow. Actually, do you know something? I'm going to look into that. Because that's interesting. Because if it is still available, which it should be.
And that was from Trinoculus P.
I think I'm going to get on my soapbox.
Psychodorb 9 with a $2 super chat. This group feels like a comfortable pub. Thank you, Psychodorb 9. And Pat Steven Seagal beat up Snowflake again with a $2 Canadian super chat. As has a bigger zucchini than Brie Larson, I heard. As.
I couldn't possibly comment. The answer is yes. This is just the easiest one that I can get my hands around. Shut up, woman! We don't care about your fucking zucchini! So I do love it so much. Great.
And a $10 super sticker from Yodam Darkstar of a woman in what looks like heart pants, a green woman in heart pants, beating the shit out of the ground, laughing her ass off. Thank you so very much, Yodam Darkstar. Oh, guys, thank you. Thank you for being here this morning, brother. Thank you. It is an honor to have you on the show. I know.
It's a pleasure.
That you say it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for all of us. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us this morning. Anytime you want to come back, you're always more than welcome. Love to have you on.
Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I sure do appreciate that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, guys. This was such a great show.
It was a lot of fun. Considering we started talking about fucking politics to start with.
Breaking ass out of the pokey on Twitter.
Yeah, boy. Get me out of the prison. Get me out. I don't care. Keep me in. I don't give a shit.
Oh, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning. It has been an absolute pleasure. The Valkyries are coming up in just a little over 30 minutes. They're coming up at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So about 36 minutes. Do not forget to check them out and to check out their Vikings review. Absolutely excellent. I do not have the long outro for y'all this morning, so I'm going to throw some Kratos out there. Thank you, Az. Thank you, Purple. And everyone have a great day. I hope you had a great start to your week with this, and we will catch you all later.
I am so high on pre-workout right now. It's crazy.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.